WUSA 9 Weather Watch Alert is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
The first winter storm of the season is bearing down on our area. Bringing you a live look at radar as a mix of rain, snow, and ice blankets the region. All of those clouds painting a vivid picture of our soggy Saturday. Take a look at the current conditions. This is on Interstate 68 in Frostburg, Maryland. We have been watching this camera all day. We've been watching the snow come down hard and even begin to accumulate. We've seen plows keeping a hard time keeping up there. In Hagerstown, traffic has been pretty light on Interstate 70 as the snow there continues to fall. People have listened to the warnings and they're staying off the roads as this weather moves through. And remember, if you see snow crews out working, to move over and to try to give them some extra space. Now, for you snow lovers in the DC metro, the storm really didn't deliver much. It's been mostly cold rain for the majority of us. We did see a few flakes flying outside of our windows in Northwest just a few hours ago. But there is some good news here. We should start drying out pretty quickly this evening. Good afternoon, and thank you for streaming WUSA 9+. I'm Simone D'Alba. We have live team coverage of today's winter weather. Our Katie Lucero is in Funkstown, Maryland, where snow has been falling for a couple of hours there. But we begin with meteorologist Makayla Lucero. You have a look at current conditions all across the region. Makayla?
Yeah, that's right, Simone. We are continuing to track that wintry weather across the DMV. This is what we're working with as of now. We're still seeing those showers in the DC region, with those flurries still flying for western portions of Maryland. These are some of the snow totals that we've gotten so far. This is coming from the National Weather Service out of Baltimore. So these are still some preliminary numbers, but this is what we've gotten for this morning. For Frostburg, Maryland, they've seen an accumulation of 1 inch. Same number there for Cumberland. Accident, Maryland is one of the greatest accumulations that we have seen today, and that's at 1.5 inches. Winchester, Virginia, 1 inch, and Reston, Virginia, just trace. So enough that we could see it, but barely enough to really measure it. Those are the numbers we're working with for now. However, as we head towards the afternoon, we should get another update from the National Weather Service and be able to give you some more numbers. But that's what we've got as of this afternoon. All right, here we are across satellite and radar, still watching widespread showers across the region. A little bit of that wintry mix as you head out towards the I-81 corridor. And then we still have those flurries way out west. For the DC region, it is gray, gloomy, cloudy, and cold. Temperatures right now feeling like the 30s. So if you do have to go out and about for this afternoon, you gotta bundle up and you gotta bring that umbrella along with you. At least it's just green in DC, so we're not seeing real heavy rain right now, but it's enough rain that it's gonna be noticeable. Into more of our southern counties, into La Plata, places like Quantico, as well as towards Dale City. As you head south along 95, you're running into a little bit more of that moderate rainfall there. Areas along I-95 are starting to see that water pool up on the roadways. So not only will you have to deal with that, but you're also going to be dealing with spray from the cars in front of you. So if you are driving around this afternoon, you got to give yourself some extra time to get where you need to go. And also make sure you're leaving extra space between you and the car in front of you, just in case something starts to go down. Also think about this. You got to have your headlights on if your windshield wipers are on. I know it's the middle of the day. Sometimes we don't really think about that, but if your windshield wipers are on, your headlights need to be on. As we head further out towards the west, that's where we're continuing to see those flurries fly. I'm talking about Paw into Cumberland, as well as Accident. We were telling you about the accumulations in Accident just a minute ago. For portions of West Virginia, still seeing that snow, but again, these are areas that are used to seeing snow for this time of year. Now, we've only seen accumulations of up to about 1 inch. That's coming from the National Weather Service, but of course, those numbers came out around 11 o'clock, so we still have time to see how those accumulations have grown. Now, if you have measurements of the snow in your backyard and you live in any of those places, please share those with us either on our WSA 9 Weather Watchers Facebook page, or you can send them in using the Near Me function on our WSA 9 app. We're seeing a little bit of that mix for places like Luray and into Woodstock. That's a little further out towards that I-81 corridor. Now, it is snow for some spots. It is starting to become rain for others, okay? So you're still going to get a few flurries, but it's going to start to get more of that kind of slushy snow that when it hits your windshield, it kind of goes like this. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right. That's what we're starting to deal with for those areas. That's the kind of snow that's starting to fall as you get into spots closer to that I-81 corridor. A little bit more of a zoomed in look for places towards our southern counties. Culpeper, you are potentially seeing a little bit of ice. I do think the ice will be a touch further towards the west, mainly towards the Blue Ridge. That's where we've got that better chance for seeing a bit of ice starting to accumulate because of the rain and that cold temperature. You're right around where that rain is kind of flipping over to snow. All right, Fredericksburg still dealing with that wet weather as well. A little bit more heavy rain as you head further off towards the south. Our eastern counties, as you head closer towards eastern portions of Maryland, crossing over the bay, still seeing some rainfall there, but as of now, it is all rain for those portions of our region. Okay, it's not cold enough right now that they're really going to have any chance for flurries out that way. The best chance for snow today, as we've seen, is going to be for those western counties. All right, here's some updated data. This is coming from the National Weather Service. We do have a winter weather advisory as well as a winter storm warning. So the areas you see there in purple, that's where we have the advisory, and the warning there is in white. That's mainly for the I-81 corridor and areas towards the west. Both of those are in effect until 7 p.m. tonight, so just about 5 more hours from now. So we're watching for some heavy snow and a little bit of accumulating ice. Like we talked about before, I do think the best area to see any of that accumulating ice is going to be closer towards the Blue Ridge. So if you live in those areas, make sure you're using caution out on the roadways. Now, temperatures tonight aren't expected to drop below freezing, so it doesn't look like widespread icy conditions are really in the forecast for just about any of us, besides that one little spot in the Blue Ridge. All right, let me get you over to your timeline. This is what we're expecting as we head towards about now until midnight. We're going to continue to see this mix of snow and rain start to end. It's going to end for our southern counties first and then slowly rise up towards our northern counties. I think the DC area will start to clear as early as about 7 o'clock. Here are some of the notes that you got to watch out for. Flooding will be possible for some of our spots because of that rain, that steady rain. Okay, I know some of us aren't under super heavy rainfall, but when you have rain that's been going on all day long, it starts to pool up. It starts to accumulate on the roadway. So make sure you're using that extra caution if you're out on the roads. We're also going to watch for those winds to start to get a little bit on the gustier side over the next couple of hours. Okay, thankfully, it's not going to be blowing snow. That's when we'd have to watch out for blizzard conditions for our western counties, but that's just not really going to happen. We are expecting those winds to pick up, but as that wet weather moves out of the region. So we'll get rid of the rain, but we're going to bring in the gusty winds. So those are the next kind of things we got to keep on the radar over the next about 12 hours or so. Simone, I'm going to have an in-depth look at Futurecast and tell everybody what they need to expect for the next couple of hours. And we're going to go hour by hour with our most recent model data coming up in just a few minutes.
We'll see you soon, Makayla. Thank you. And don't forget to download the free WUSA 9 weather app to stay on top of the changing weather conditions. Simply point your phone's camera at the QR code there on your screen or search WUSA 9 in your app store. That way you can take DC's most accurate forecast wherever you go. Well, like we've been saying all week, the areas north and west of D.C. had the best shot at seeing some snow. So we sent our Katie Lusso to Funkstown, Maryland to see if that forecast verified. She joins us live. And Katie, oh my goodness, we can see it sure does look like a winter wonderland out there. You're getting snowed on pretty good. Hi.
Hi. Yeah, no, the snow is coming down pretty intensely. We're in Funkstown, Maryland, like you mentioned, just outside of Hagerstown, and it's been snowing for quite a while. One neighbor told me it's been snowing since around 10 o'clock this morning, and they've just been watching in awe. It's the first time they've really had snow like this in more than a year, and you can see the roads are just covered. There was a plow that came through in just maybe the last 15 minutes, and they cleared out the road, and already it's starting to cover up. But I want to introduce you to my friend Bonnie out here. She heard us out here, and she came running out. She wanted to know what we were doing out in this crazy weather, but Bonnie, you were also pretty excited.
I was. We hadn't had snow for so long. It's been like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years maybe.
Yeah.
Are you from Washington?
Yeah, we're live on the air.
And you had all that snow down there, right?
No, you guys got all the snow. Everyone in DC is home watching and they're jealous.
Oh, well, you can have ours. You say, I don't know how deep it is, like what, 3 or 4 inches maybe?
Yeah, it's pretty deep and it just continues to build. What was your reaction when you first heard that you were going to get some snow?
We're not going to get anything.
Surprise?
Yeah, surprise. I woke up, looked out the window, it's like, oh my. It was like real light at first, and then, wow. Yeah. Look, you can't even see the one-lane bridge from here.
I know, it's pretty intense out here.
It is, very.
And I know you were so excited to come out here. She was like, hold on, let me get my coat. And she came running out. You just wanted to be a part of this snow. You know, what is the best part of having snow like this?
I don't know, it's just so pretty. I think it's beautiful.
It is pretty. Have you driven in it, though?
I don't drive, so no.
Okay. So let's talk about driving. Thank you so much, Bonnie. It was so nice meeting you. Go get warm.
All right, there was a truck up here backing into the bridge, I think.
Yeah. All right. Well, get warm, get safe. It was so nice meeting you. You can see a plow is going through. Yep, there goes one of the plows right over there. It just passed through. So thank you so much, Bonnie. Have a great day. So this is what people have been talking to us about since we've been out here. A lot of people are just really excited to see the snow. We haven't seen much complaining about the snow. I want you to take a look though at some video as we were driving here along I-270, I-70. We were starting to see that snow come down and it was getting pretty slippery on those roads, pretty icy. So you definitely want to take it easy, be extra slow when you're driving out there if you're heading into the Hagerstown area because the snow, it is just coming down out here. Let's send it back to you in the studio, Simone.
I have got to say, Katie, I think Bonnie is now all of our best friends as well. She was lovely and great to see the snow out there. Stay safe and we'll see you later. Thank you. Well, we've been absolutely loving the pictures and the videos that you've shared at home on the WUSA 9 app. Weather watcher Jim Webster in LaVale, Maryland sent in this video of his neighborhood just blanketed in snow. What a beautiful shot he sent us. Thank you.
You gonna play in the snow? You gonna play in the snow? Get it. Get the snow.
Oh, they're darling, aren't they? That's Darlene in Ridgely, West Virginia. She's been posting to the Weather Watchers Facebook group all day, and she just sent us this about 2 hours ago. You can see her dogs really having a great time getting the zoomies out there in the snow. Beautiful German Shepherd. Love to see it. They're just having a great time. This is Will Astle in Martinsburg, West Virginia. He sent us this picture. He says the storm started as sleet, but has since changed over to all snow. And this is video from weather watcher David DeThet in Charlestown, West Virginia. He uploaded this picture to our Facebook group right around 9:30 saying, "It starts. Winter's coming." You can see it. Just barely those snowflakes coming down. Oh, even with the zoom. Wonderful. Get a really good view of what it looks like in Charlestown, West Virginia. And it's really easy to share your pictures and videos with us. Open up the WUSA 9 app and tap on the Near Me. It's on the bottom right. We also have a button at the top of the WUSA9.com website where you can easily upload straight from your camera roll. You can also tag WUSA 9 on social media. All right, we wanted to get another check of the forecast with meteorologist Makayla Lucero. Makayla, you have a look at what we can expect for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, that's right, Simone. So we're going to continue to track the radar for the next several hours, but thankfully we're starting to see the heaviest rain move out of the DMV, and we will get some clearing as we head into your overnight hours. So let me walk you through Futurecast. We're going to go hour by hour here together. So I'm showing you the HRRR. That is the High Resolution Rapid Refresh. That's what that stands for. And this is our most short-term model, so it doesn't go out super far, but it does mean that it's pretty accurate. It has a lot of different things that we look at, and it gives us a good picture of what to expect for the next about 12 to 24 hours. So your timestamp is going to be right there in the corner. We're starting at 5 o'clock, and hour by hour here, what we're seeing by 5 o'clock, the heaviest rain continues to push off towards the north and east of DC, while still seeing some lingering flurries for our far western counties. By about 6 o'clock, we're going to continue with that pattern of seeing clearing across the region. Areas to the south and west of DC will be clear from the rain and the snow. However, you're still going to be stuck with that cloud cover. So places like Culpeper, Warrenton into Fredericksburg, starting to see those clear and dry skies. However, your cloud cover will stick around. Now, the clouds sticking around are important tonight, and I'll tell you why in just a little bit, but don't forget about that. As we get into that 7 o'clock hour, even the DC area starts to clear, and we're going to continue to push that wet weather out of the region. A full look at the picture, you can see most of us are starting to get on the dry side. Even areas along and to the west of I-81, our models are showing are on the clear side by 7 o'clock. 7 p.m. is also when that winter weather advisory as well as that winter storm warning expires, and you can see here everything should be clear. So that is verifying that as of now, 7 o'clock, things should be nice and clear pretty much everywhere to the west of DC. Skies are dry, but clouds do stick around. We'll continue to watch those push out of our region by about 9 p.m. You see here that almost all of us are on the dry side, still seeing some of that cloud cover breaking up for a few spots to the south and west of DC, but everybody's still under that lingering cloud cover. By about 10 o'clock, just 1 or 2 sprinkles to the north and east of Baltimore, but everybody else is on the dry side. By midnight, we're nice and dry, and we should be getting some at least nicer weather heading into your Sunday. Sunday. So there is at least a little bit of hope in the forecast. The whole weekend isn't washed away. This is showing 5 a.m. on Sunday morning. Though it is going to be clear outside, we will probably still see some of those wet roadways just from the lingering wet weather that we have seen today. So there's a few things to keep in mind heading into your Sunday morning. If you're out on the roads, they won't be completely clear. So let me give you a couple reminders. We're still going to be dealing with the wet roads not only tonight, but also into the early morning hours of tomorrow with just some leftover wet weather on the road. So there's still going to be some ponding as well as those wet roads, which causes spray, as we all know. We told you about those road crews. Make sure you're giving them extra space as they clear the roads, salt the roads, take care of the roads to keep us all nice and safe. And you got to leave yourself some extra room between yourself and the car in front of you. Okay, we know when the roads get wet, it takes your car just a little bit longer to stop. So make sure that you're giving yourself extra space so that we are all staying nice and safe. I also want to mention one more thing about ponding. If you're going around your neighborhood and you notice that big old pond right next to you or next to someone's house and you really want to drive through it, I would caution you to not drive through it. Let me tell you why. Sometimes pushing that water up will push it into someone's home or push it closer to their basement, which if someone has a basement, or towards some of those lower lying areas of their home, which could cause some damage to their home. So I know sometimes it can look fun to drive through some of those puddles, but we always tell you turn around, don't drown. Not only does that apply to flooded roadways, but that's also going to apply to ponding on the roads. Try not to drive through those ponds so that everybody can stay safe. All right, I told you about the cloud cover. It's important to know that it's not going to fully clear tonight, and it's going to help our temperatures. Most of us are going to fall into those low 30s. Just a few of us will drop below that freezing mark, but you can see it is significantly colder for areas that do see some cloud cover clearing. Clouds tonight will actually help to trap in that little bit of heat that we got during the day, which will keep our overnight lows a little bit warmer, which means we're not going to have to worry too much about that freezing rain kind of situation, seeing that freezing across the area. Still be cautious on bridges and overpasses as you head into your Sunday morning, but thankfully our temperatures aren't falling for extended periods of time, super cold. So there is a little bit of good news there. All right, let me get you to your weekend forecast. So today, we know it. It was one of those days where it was gray, gloomy, and soggy. If you could stay inside and stay warm, maybe read a book, watch a movie, that was a good plan for today. Now, Simone, thankfully, as we head into tomorrow, we will start to get some clearing. It is going to be a little bit on the gusty side. Those winds do start to pick up as a frontal system fully passes through the region. Temperatures in the upper 40s. So if you did get snow, it's probably going to melt away as we head into tomorrow, but we will get back to that dry time for your Sunday.
Okay, I did want to mention real quick some housekeeping here. The town of Leesburg, they had a snow emergency route restriction in place. Those have been lifted, and that is effective immediately. So keep that in mind. And then you said 6 p.m. we're going to start seeing the clearing begin across the region. So keep that in mind. And hey, at least the whole weekend isn't a washout. I think that's
some good news there. Sun will come out tomorrow.
We'll take it. Thank you, Makayla. Hey, don't forget to download the free WUSA 9 News app for updates all throughout the evening. And we hope to see you for the news at 6 tonight. For now, stay safe, stay dry, and we leave you with this beautiful, gloomy, soggy shot of the district. Have a good one, and we'll see you back here later this evening.